Hello, everyone. Good afternoon for this episode of Life with Red Dot Divas. It's the second one for this year in 2024, and it's called Framing Imagination: The Art of Toy Photography. I know that this is something that is of interest to some of you because it's cute, it's interesting and creative. And I have some toy photographer guests with me from the local community. For those who are watching in and tuning in, or either watching live or later post live, I'm Red Dot Diva. I'm a lifestyle and kind of like pop culture blogger based in Singapore. I've been doing this for about 14 years, and I do a variety of stuff, like this live stream. I blog articles from time to time, and I take funny videos and post them on my YouTube for fun on my journeys traipsing around Singapore doing funny things. And this live stream has started during the COVID time when I found that it was so kind of like annoying because I was consuming a lot of internet videos and YouTube and everywhere, and I found that there was a lack of videos focusing on the creatives that are based in Southeast Asia. So when people think about Asian creatives, they'll think about those who are in Japan, Korea, China, maybe Taiwan, especially when Korean K-pop and K-drama is the in thing right now. And there was a lack of interviews and videos focusing on the creatives that are based here. And as we know, there has been a history of comic book creators who are from the Philippines as well, who we don't seem to find videos about them. So I started this live stream to focus on those who are in our region, those creatives who are in our region, and invited them to come and talk about, their crafts and their journey doing comics, and some of them like cosplaying, anything to do with the creative art, some stunt work and actors as well. If you tune into my first episode of this year, there's Grace Ng, who is a Malaysian actor, multidisciplinary artist who was featured in Pendatang, a crowdfunded show, Malaysian show by a indie film company as well. So she has interesting things to mention about her journey as an actor as well. And this today is all about toy photography. And I know a lot of you geeks collect toys. And so what do you do with your toys other than play with them or display with them, right? And here's one thing that you can do, and that's to photograph them in creative ways. I'm going to introduce my three guests, and they are Sunny Ang, Vince Lee, and Takahan Tan, who you may have come across them in your, geek adventures, attending Comic Cons as well. And I'm going to have them introduce themselves to you. So the first one will be Sunny. Hello, Sunny. How are you today?
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for inviting us to share
Yeah.
this hobby of us. Yeah.
Please introduce
Uh,
yourself to the guests
oh,
out there who are they have not met you yet.
okay, sure. My name is Sunny. Actually, I'm a graphic designer. Mostly I work from home. I've been shipping toys for almost 10 years this February. Yeah. So mostly self-taught photography aspect of it. I actually have a diploma in electrical engineering, but I always been very fascinated in the, I think it's a little known fact. So I'm very fascinated in the creative line. I actually slogged through almost about 5 years of doing tech support work. Then
Wow.
and then doing uh, graphic design on the side. So doing sidelining, so I was like doing half of this, half of that. Then I decided to go out on my own. Or rather, I just joined someone to be a graphic designer. I just went ahead full time. So mostly I'm mostly self-taught in terms of photography and graphic design. Yeah, and I actually enjoy a lot of other genre of photography lah, because you not just translate from, you can take the, like lighting for portrait photography, even car photography, and actually can translate that into toy
Mm.
photography, just a scaled down version lah. Yeah. So I got started when
Hold on for a
actually,
while. Let me
yeah.
introduce the rest of the guests first
Okay,
as
okay,
well.
getting
Some
carried away.
people
Obviously, I
will,
getting away with
okay,
this
so
subject.
some people are tuning in as well. Hello, Alex, you're here. And Jet,
Like,
Jet was saying hello, Sunny, and hello, Iron Giant.
hi, Jack.
And next on stage will be Vince. Hello, Vince. How are you?
Hello, it's an honor to be here. Thanks for the invite. Yeah, so I'm
Introduce yourself to the rest of the people who are watching in.
okay. Yeah, so I am Vince. Um, yeah, so I'm an engineer and doing for my day job. So I do toy photography for fun lah. So I yeah my startings is not is quite interesting. It's a lot of bad story, but keeping it short. My toy photography is almost as long as me knowing Sunny. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll get into
that's
that.
a
You
short
guys have a
story.
long history. And the third of my guests will be Takahan Tan. I met him in a like an interview before last year's SGCC, and I met him in person at SGCC. So it's nice to have you on board as well. Takahan, please introduce
Yeah, yeah.
yourself to the people watching it.
Yeah, hi. I'm Takahan. Yeah. So my actual job is a event organizer. So I produce event and produce some stage show. Yeah. So I pick up typography 5 years ago. Yeah. And
And
yeah.
I love, like, the stuff that you guys do. I know Sunny's
Mm,
work the longest though, because
mm,
he was in the Star Wars May the Fourth
Mm,
celebration. That's why I got to
mm,
know him like many years ago. And then I only met Vince at SGCC as well. So
mm.
I know Vince and Sunny have some kind of a long history together as well. Maybe you could let us know, how did you guys meet, and what happened after that.
Oh, yeah. You want me to tell the story or you want to tell the story?
You tell the first part, I tell the second part. I don't know which.
Okay, when I first started, I was really into this toy photography thing. So it's like any random people I come across, I always like to share my photograph. So there was this maker fair that there was happening quite some time back. Then that's where I met Vince. He had a booth there. So they were making, he was displaying some clay models of this viral video, 10 ways to die. So I was very fascinated by the character. So I stopped by, I hang around there for a very long time. Then after that, I showed Vince the photographs I took lah. Then coincidentally, he was into Lego photography. So then we started this common thing lah. Then I believe Vince has also followed another American photographer called Shelley Corbett. She does what they call toy safaris. Basically, organize people go to a location and shoot.
Oh,
So Vince,
I found Beat Central first. Then I found
yeah,
Shelly.
okay. Ah, so Shelley is also doing it for a very long time already. It's quite a big influence in the community lah. So then Vince wanted to ask me to go out and shoot, but at that time I wasn't very keen to do outdoor shoot lah. So maybe you can continue the story.
Yeah, so after we met, so one day I was thinking, before we went out for our first outdoor, I was actually shooting by myself already. So I was going out to shoot, then going anywhere that time I was still using handphone. So anywhere that I see interesting, then I'll just shoot lor. I'll just put that time I was still exclusively shooting Lego. Okay, so they're also easy to carry out. So one day I was like thinking, we can actually gather people to do this toy safari, what they call in the US lah. Yeah, so I called Sunny because he's the only person I know at that time. So I called Sunny. Then Sunny said, Sunny hesitated
Quite
lah. Then after that,
wasn't
yeah,
big.
reluctantly agree.
Uh,
Then we just went to Tanjong Pagar railway station at that time, got open house, so we
Yeah.
shoot there. Wow, a lot of people, yeah. Then a lot of people took interest and asked what we are doing. Then I think from then on, Sunny got hooked already lah.
so actually, I enjoyed the whole process very much. So
Uh,
coincidentally, at that time, I created this group called Plastic Singapore, but it was
yeah.
basically for me to try to take toys in Singapore context, like maybe very Singapore oriented
Mm,
kind of topics lah. So I just
mm,
want to put the toys in Singapore context. But I find the content was quite tough to produce lah. So in the end, after I met Vince, I enjoyed the process. Then I just use the platform to organize and maybe find more people to join the group. So basically, it started out as not designed. The group wasn't designed to do organized outing,
Yeah.
but because of the outing, then I got quite interested into it, and that's how it became what it is now lah. Yeah.
interesting. So maybe right now we'll get into the question of like why toy photography, you know, like what made you decide on indulging in this hobby. And I'm just putting up some photos of their work. On the top left is Takahan's one, which I kind of like because sometimes I find that it's difficult to find female action figures toy photography somehow. And Takahan uses that a lot. And you know, as you all know, I'm quite a feminist, so I enjoy that. And I always like Sunny's, like, you know, fun kind of dynamic stuff. And that's the one below, right?
Yeah.
No,
Right.
yeah, that one below. And then Vincent's is the one with wee. I like Win's use of outdoor, like the small little shrubs and trees. I think he uses that really well. Whereas Sunny has very interesting setups that he used with his own dioramas, like handmade ones. You know, if you go to his pages and you see how he sets up his photos in his house, right, and using all those kind of materials that people will throw away. It's kind of amazing. So maybe you could share from Takahan first what got you into a toy photography, and you know, how has the journey been so far?
Okay.
Because you
I,
only you said you only got into it like 5 years ago, right?
must think of the chronicle reason. Okay, so how I got into it, right, is actually I my toy photography is mainly I try not to use diorama because lack of space ma. I have too much toy, then buying diorama will yeah lah, space issue problem. So I shoot outdoor. So the main reason why I want to shoot outdoor is that initially I was very unhealthy lah. So I start walking a lot to keep fit. Then I realized that hey, Singapore got many
Mm-hmm.
interesting things.
Yeah.
So I want to promote like Singapore. But I didn't know how lah until like I get to know Sunny. And how I get to know Sunny is because I organized an event. Then I thought that hey, why not we do a toy photography exhibition.
That was the downtown east side, is it?
Yeah. Then I get
Oh.
then Sunny through Sunny I like I got a lot of toys. I didn't know what to do with it also. Then through Sunny I like why not combine these few elements like I want to promote Singapore. Then
Mm.
I want to use toy photography to promote. Yeah, because one thing I realized that is that I always went to a place to shoot, which is at Raffles Place. And the funny thing is that there's a sculpture there that every day a lot of people will walk past there
Yeah.
because it's just at the MRT station
Yeah.
entrance, and nobody like take notice of it until like. But when I take my toys and put there and shoot, right, people will stand there and look at me like what I'm doing. Then they will realize, hey, there's a statue there, and and they start shooting a statue also. So I thought that hey, maybe I should use toy photography shoot then and make people guess where's the place. Like hey, Singapore got such place, man. Then they will want to travel, maybe want to find out more about Singapore. Because when I walk around, right, I realize that hey, Singapore got many interesting places.
Yep.
So I feel ashamed of myself. Like hey, why I didn't really like know Singapore despite living here like or born here and live here for so long. So I thought that yeah, this is something I really want to do, like promote uh, Singapore through toy photograph.
Yeah, and
That's
I
my
think yeah,
initial plan. Yeah,
yeah, and I think you do that quite well though, because you use some of the backdrops, like very common backdrops.
yeah,
Uh,
It's very hardworking and doing all the composite work.
yeah, and the composite work, right? Yeah,
yeah.
that's a
Actually,
lot.
initially I do not want to do composite one, because I very scared. Like I thought that the photographer might not like composite. Then I talked to Sunny. I don't know what to do. Should I do composite or not? Should I edit the photo or not? And Sunny like every time I got like don't know what to do, I will ask Sunny. Then Sunny will like, but Sunny is always encouraging.
Fufu.
Yeah. He's the person that I look for whenever I don't know what to do, or I have a like advocate like should I do it or not, or should I not do
Just
it?
do what makes you happy, that's all. Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
That's, yeah. Sunny always very encouraging. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
I
know.
end up doing composite because of Sunny.
I mean,
And
whatever works. Yeah, I mean, whatever works. I mean, it's your thing, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Don't care what other people,
yeah.
just do it.
I mean, I like it that you have made it like when I look at a photo, I kind of like know it's Takahan's because he have
Yeah,
made it his own
Mm,
style that is recognizable. I think that's
yeah.
quite unique.
Yeah.
And
Actually,
Jack
yeah,
says I can vouch for Sunny being encouraging.
I take quite some long to decide to create a style. Actually, I really want to create a style because I realized that every time I walk by, like I walk a lot, then so I walk past, go to shopping mall a lot, but I cannot recognize, remember which, like what shop is there, like even I walk past this shop a lot, I cannot actually remember it. So I
Because it's
realized that,
the same. Yeah.
yeah, to be an
Unless
artist,
the toy shop, right?
yeah, yeah, that's in the toy shop that I always went to. Yeah, so I realized that to be a artist, you read. It's not about making beautiful stuff. It's about making people recognize and
Remember, yeah.
remember your stuff.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, as move along, like there's always like you level up by start thinking like, oh, maybe I'm not going to build beautiful stuff. I just want to make things for people to remember. Yeah, that's it.
Mm,
I think mostly to evoke an emotion, basically. Yeah,
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's
So
yeah.
that's one tip for you guys who are trying to up your level on toy photography is to make your own identity on these photos as well. What about Vince? I know you already started it before you met Sunny, but what was your real motivation when you actually started on taking your toys out and photographing them?
Who, me?
Yes,
Oh,
Yeah,
you.
oh yeah. I actually came across. I actually started by accident. It's purely by accident. My toy photography. Yeah, because I actually started out cycling first. I've been cycling for 14 years already.
Mm.
So in the beginning, I joined this specific group in Singapore lah. So now they have a lot of members.
So the
So
cycling group, is it?
yeah, correct. Yeah, so we have Sunday rides last time. Every
Mm.
Sunday we have rides in the morning. So we came across, we have this particular member. He's 60 plus years old granddad, but he's very strong, but he's also very quirky. So there's one day he decided to be in a Lego figure on the bicycle, Lego bicycle, and then started shooting during the breaks lah, during the cycling breaks when we stop for food, stop for drink, he will shoot his figure anywhere. So I found it very interesting leh. I started to copy him lor. So I didn't realize at that time I don't know what about toy photography. I don't know there's such thing as a toy photography until until I started doing, then I post on Instagram. That time I was just posting some everyday stuff lah. So then I started to find out from all the algorithm. I found out about this page called Page Breed Central lah, where the real toy photographers, as I would say at that time lah, they
Uh-huh.
will post their photos, shots. They're so wow, I was mind blown. So this is called toy photography leh. So okay lor. Then I took it out lor. So I improved lor. Then after that, that is until when I met Sunny lor. And then from then, yeah,
It
until now
became
lor.
history.
Yeah, it became so it's like became part of my life also lor.
And Sunny,
I have to tell my Spider-Man story again.
yes, not many people will know that if they start to watch this live stream.
I was moving out, then a lot of toys got packed, so I got this Spider-Man figure. So because I'm self-employed, so I got nothing better to do. One afternoon, I just put the figure, and then I shot it, put on the window ledge. Then I thought, wow, it looks quite lifelike lah. So I just at that time also I don't know what was Instagram really. So always wondering how come must always go on the network, then can post. Like so I was trying to understand how Instagram works. So I just post. Then I also that's when I discovered the toy photography group. I think the key thing is that the community is very encouraging lah. So I think that's why kind of motivated me to do post more and more lah. So it's like
Mm,
quite encouraging lah. So then I try to improve lah. So when I started, a lot of the stuff is like uh, mostly on the humorous side. So I didn't really bother. I also started with a handphone, and then I just spend 5 minutes, over filter the thing. Last time got a lot of filter, just over filter the thing and just post lah. Then I dawned on me that maybe if I improve on my, based on the storytelling side, the humorous part of it So uh, gradually as I evolve, I realized that if I make it visually nice, and then there's an element of story, then it's a good combination. So that's been my direction. However, I think over this stretch of time, I still trying to I find that recently I also try to find new ways to evolve to other things. I mean, what else can I do lah? So sometimes I just want to play with the light. So uh, in a sense, I don't really have a particular style. Last time I used to have, put the quote, put the text. Nowadays, I sometimes don't even do that. I just want to, I don't want to contaminate the picture. So I just try to put in the effort on the visual aspect. Yeah. So it's been a very interesting journey. So I remember this story. I remember very well on our second outing at Coney Island. I still remember very well this story. We were setting up with one of the guys. He seldom join us anymore. Well, I remember setting up at Coney Island this log, sort of chit chatting with him. I was telling him that because I was really into it, day and night thinking about toy photography, my sleep, all kinds of ideas keep coming. Then I wake up 4 a.m. in the morning. So that's when I started. Then I told the guy that, I don't know where this journey will lead. I'll just keep throwing up stuff and see what comes back. So far, I mean, quite a interesting journey. So a lot of highlights. Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
after being in this, hobby and meeting new people and have Plastic Singapore, right? By the way, Plastic Singapore is a Facebook group, and that's where most of the toy photographers congregate. I mean, the local ones. Are there foreign toy photographers as well in the group? There are?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes, there
Yes.
is. I
That's
think,
interesting.
yeah, as sometimes I see some posts. Then I find that it's a local guy. Then I'll just, hey, join us. So I try
Yeah.
to grow the community organically lah. Yeah, we don't do
Mm,
any. Yeah, just try to
Yeah.
grow. I think
And
uh,
how has
when
the community grown so far? Maybe Sunny and then Vince and then Takahan can express their opinion how it has been going since you joined the community.
um since it started, is it?
Yes, and I'm
Oh,
going
I
to
think
flash some photos while you speak.
maybe Takahan would like to start. Yeah.
Yeah, Vince or Takahan.
Yeah. I
How
think
has the community been so far from when you guys started Plastic Singapore? So how has it been so far from then till now, and where do you think it would head towards?
it has been happy accident from the first time we started, because as I said, at that time I only know Sunny as a toy photographer. So at that time it was all spread out, scattered all around Singapore. Uh, Maybe you know him, but you don't know this guy, this kind of thing. So it's a good thing that Sunny started this group and then roped us in slowly one by one, and slowly we get more recognition through media, social media, all this, uh, and those that were not known, those that doesn't have like, let's say, know any friends in the community. At the community in Singapore is already considered very small. So
Mm,
once they know of our group, they join in, make more friends, learn from each other, uh, improve our skills and this kind of thing. Yeah, I
mm,
think it's still going good. We have so far we have quite a few good experiences with shows, for charity events also.
mm.
Like you said, for Star Wars Day also, to show what we do. So all this kind of thing, yeah, is I see it as a form of gathering like-minded people like in Singapore. Yeah.
And I
I
also
think
feel that it's an extension of geekdom, though, because all of us will have toys.
correct.
Right.
And it's a way to express how we love our toys and what we see based on our pop culture or anime consumption, and put a spin to it in different ways. And for those who actually attended SGCC, right, and wandered to the second level basement and went to the Hasbro Transformers section, the guys were there as well, and they were uh, having a toy photography booth there. And how was the response like during
Oh,
that
quite good.
those weekends,
Yeah,
Sunny?
good thing. It was a good thing we have 5 person on rotation because it was quite tiring because the crowd was non-stop. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we collected some.
That's the picture on the right, by the way. They had some dioramas.
Actually, it's just nice the picture you show on the left. That's the thumbnail they used for our picture when we were featured on Channel 8 lah. So
Mm,
when they featured the thing, I was quite surprised because I didn't realize that actually I was reached out by a production house during COVID. And then they DM me and then they say they want to do a story, but they can't do it until COVID is over. So then they came for during the interview. So every time, whenever I got a chance, if possible, I try to promote the Facebook group lah. So that's how we ended up. They do a feature on this channel. So I was quite surprised that after the telecast, then the membership just keep coming in after
oh,
that.
wow.
Hmm.
He was this, I wasn't. So it's like we actually connected quite a few followers there lah. Then
Cool.
also because I conduct workshops, so every time I do the workshop, I also try to promote the group. So we try to
Hmm.
hook up as much people as possible lah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
And
Takahan, I know you had this large booth on the main floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
How was the experience like? Did like people who didn't know about toy photography was kind of like intrigued by the way you shot the toys, or were you asked many questions?
Yeah. Yeah. The usual question, like what is this? Is this AI art? Is this computer generated? So I always try to reply something funny, like somebody asked me AI art. So I asked them, do you mean Adobe Illustrator? Because during my time, uh, when I do art that time, I was an illustrator too lah for quite some time. AI means Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator, but now
Yes,
it
it
yes,
means
yes.
Yeah.
another thing lah. So yeah, but it's quite encouraging because I'm selling my prints, yeah, on the metal plate, and
Mm.
uh there are few people who decide that my stuff are worth more lah.
Oh, is it?
So they actually pay about how much like 20% more than what what I'm selling. It's quite happy there are like 2 or 3 people, Singaporeans, quite supportive through us. Somebody even bought me a toy. like randomly he go around and he bought me a toy. Like wow, then it's quite good lah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what makes SGCC fun. The interactions with each other, regardless how the show layout and what we think might have sucked on the show. I always come back with memories. Is like who I met, right, and what are the fun things that we shared. And I thought last year I did have a great time during that weekend as well. Actually, Takahan, on top, on the floor that you were in, there were 2 other booths selling metal plate stuff. I think there was one lady and then one Israeli guy that we knew. She charged a lot, the lady. And we were saying that that's why probably people are saying that you could have been charging more.
Yeah, maybe lah. I'm not very sure. Yeah, maybe.
Her prices were quite high. Yeah.
This metal plate.
Yep. I saw this. Awesome.
Yeah.
So if you guys looking for metal plates with toy photographies, look for Takahan.
Yeah, actually very nice leh. Very nice, very nice. You should buy.
Yeah. I invested in the printer and all these. Yeah. So usually because my first time I try boothing is in Japan. So I print very large size, but I think Japanese only want small size.
Yeah, because their homes may be small. So
yeah, actually in Singapore also they only want. It's not the price matter. Is the size matter.
Yeah.
Then for Philippine, Philippine. I booth in Philippines. Quite interesting. I was selling my prints at this price. And I then beside me, the booth opposite me selling poster. So they are like selling at Singapore $2. I'm selling like $20. Then I'm very stressed.
Yeah. The price differential of the exchange rate.
Yeah. And in Japan, I also very stressed because the booth opposite me is is the Final Fantasy artist.
Oh.
And he's selling a lot cheaper than me. Like, wow.
I think pricing is always an issue, right? When we kind of both funny. I think you feel that way too. Yeah.
Not just that. I think you also have to identify what sells. That's the headache. I mean, depends whether you want to treat it as a hobby or you treat it as a business. Yeah. I find conducting workshop might be more practical. Yeah. Which is also more fun. Yeah. In fact, I just finished one recently, and then it's quite interesting because the kids it's for kids. So when the kid came in, I thought that I'm gonna have problem because he told his mom I wasn't interested at all. It's like then after the whole session he asked a lot of questions, so it was a bit better.
That's good.
Yeah, so it's quite interesting.
Yeah. And because Takahan mentioned about AI, so then I was wondering, have you been asked that question too? And then what are their thoughts concerning AI and toy photography? Or I mean, generally it has been hedging into almost every field that we know, but I think the creative side is the one that gets hit the fastest and the most. So I know artists are feeling the pain, those who have it as a career. But what about you guys doing toy photography generally as hobbies? What is your answer when people mention about AI and the art that you do? Maybe Sunny, Vince, and then Takahan would give your input on that. not Adobe Illustrator, okay?
I think the genie is out already, so you cannot shove it back in. So basically, has pro and con. So I think as far as toy photography goes, I feel that this AI art shouldn't infringe into toy photography. It's like another genre by itself. You want to do maybe you set out a group called AI toy photography. But I see some accounts like they post a picture which is very obviously you can tell it's AI lah. They got certain color palette like so you can tell it's AI. So what happens is that the creator happily accepts the comment. Oh, how is this done? Or then he say, oh, very well done. So he just accepts the compliment and all that. But he's posted, okay, like his own feed lah. Okay, so when someone asks, is it AI? Now I notice, the comments get deleted. So it's like, I feel that you should openly say that this is AI art, So
Yeah.
when people say, wow, good job, all that, okay lah, prompting is a skill lah, but I think itself to be a separate genre itself. Yeah, so it shouldn't like, come across that, rather than created from prompts rather than your physical effort to
Yeah,
create
I
it.
think they should be upfront about it, right? That it's
Yes,
an
correct.
AI.
We like, wow, commend you on that, then be a bit honest about it lah. Yeah. Then, but on the other side of the coin, I find that AI in my line of work is actually a very good platform to kick off certain concepts and all that. So you may generate ideas that you never thought of. So maybe one way to use AI is to you have certain idea. So you want certain concept, then you type in. So maybe you have your mind, some idea how the shot look like, but then the system maybe comes back to you with a very different concept altogether. Then I think part of the fun of toy photography is actually the technical challenge of it is like how do I get to create this scene lah. So when throw back to this scene, then you can take the challenge that this is a concept, so I want to replicate it physically lah, rather than just take the whole thing wholesale, post it, and then say it's yours lah. I think that's
Yeah. I think, yeah, as you say, pros and cons lah. Yeah. What about Vince?
Yeah, I think if we see a lot of these AI images on the web, on the social media, all this, you can really make out the distinctive style, distinctive the color palette that comes with AI images.
Yeah.
So if you ask me, no one has ever asked my work, because I do very little post process. I try to have very as little post process as possible. I do a lot of practical effects. Sunny and Takahan, they know. Yeah. So yeah. So all this, my images is not very distinctive of AI. But speaking of that, there's one very interesting thing that happened quite some time, quite a few weeks ago. So I was actually looking through Instagram. So sometimes they prompt some the accounts for you to see that you may not be following them lah. So suddenly they prompt this account and I see quite interesting images. Is a account that so-called trying to sell his images as a Lego toy photography lah. So so then I saw but very suspicious the color palette, So I see more images, cannot lah. Some of the parts are not even available commercially by Lego.
Yeah.
So I said to Sunny. So I asked Sunny, this one AI art leh, this one you think so? Then I said, confirm. Then you go and kacau.
In fact, I DM another Lego photographer, straight away says that it's AI. Then the interesting part is that you mentioned certain parts that are not produced by Lego. Then that guy answered, "Oh, I do 3D printing and Photoshop work."
Yeah, lor.
Oh.
It's like,
Try to deny it, that kind of thing lah.
yeah, I mean, if it's AI art, then you say it's AI art lah. You cannot
Correct.
sell it as toy photography, right? It's wrong.
Yeah,
already.
exactly.
Another way you can tell is basically you just need to scroll down from his feed his current standard, then you can see the quantum leap in. So it's quite impossible to make that
Correct,
quantum leap.
yeah,
So it's a very big change in style lah. Yeah.
correct. If you see many of our Instagram feeds, right? If you scroll down, you will see the obvious changes are in skill lah. The gradual changes lah. When we try to improve our shot, then we post. There's a gradual gradual
Improvement.
curve to
Yeah.
to the skill that we gain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a
Right.
bit John, but this very suspicious.
Yes. True. And then Takahan, so you were saying that you were answering people that it was Adobe Illustrator.
Yeah. I throw them. I tell them, Adobe. Yeah. But I think AI is a generated art, right? Is
Just to prove that
very
it's not AI for Takahan, these are some shots
yeah,
of him doing outdoor photography.
yeah. I even I use composite, right? I try 90%. I always tell my to qualify as I call myself the film language of Takahan. To qualify as a film language of Takahan picture, right? It must be 90% of it must be shot by through a lens. Yeah, through a
Mm,
lens. So what are the other 10%? Like maybe some VFX effect lah, like
mm,
smoke or something, or sometimes I paint. Because I'm actually a painter before I do photography. So sometimes I paint something on it, like something doesn't look okay or
mm,
something. So I will paint over it. I
mm.
then I find that AI art is quite strange or funny to me lah. Like in the past, we are the one who do the work. Then AI are the one used to do the post processing to 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 remove our human mistake. But now it's the opposite.
Mm.
AI do the work, and
Yeah,
human
then
go
the
and
human go and do the mistake.
correct the AI mistake. So it's like uh,
Yeah,
it's the
I
opposite.
know.
Like it's like quite
Yeah,
quite
which
quite
shouldn't be the
strange.
case. Yeah.
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 I
But
mean,
I will.
That's what makes people very sore about
Yeah.
AI work.
Yeah, but I will
Creative.
acknowledge that you need certain skill to do AI lah, because
correct, yes.
I try for fun, and I realize that it's quite complicated. Then I tell myself, forget it. I just paint over it,
Yeah.
or do my own. Like it may be tedious, but it's not that difficult. At least I get to control what I want. AI
Mm.
is like randomly generated or something.
But the way it's progressing, maybe next time it can be produced
Yeah. I
and
think
even
it
better
will.
styling and all that. Yeah. So now it's only at the beginning, so I mean it can only get better, I suppose. Now I see all the videos coming out. Last time it's quite bad.
Yeah.
Now it's yeah. So slowly they are improving. So I think at least for me, I must put in some effort to uh, try to embrace it because yeah, I definitely cannot yeah, you cannot reject the thing. Like it's a reality. Yeah.
As you said, the genie is out from the bottle, right? It's very
Mm.
difficult to put it back in, and it's basically gonna get more improved through time. And as you can see how the curve of technology growth is
Correct.
during our civilization, human civilization is not as far-fetched as you would think, it just gets the technology improvements gets faster and faster through time. I think it's also an interesting notion about humanity in general lah. you know where will humanity become less uh, in obvious in the future? I think it's quite worrying to me because I feel the in-person thing is still something that you cannot eliminate totally. I think no matter how an introvert I am, right, there are times where I would still need that kind of human interaction, of course in measured doses as an introvert, but you would know that you will still need it as a human being. I don't think it's healthy in a way. But that's an interesting thing to see how AI is going to progress in the future. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
Alex,
still.
oh wait, hold
Oh,
on. Alex was saying, I think it's nice to use AI to do small edits, like extending background, but using it to generate toy photography is
yeah, I
meaningless.
agree.
Yes.
And he says some more part of toy photography is having fun, and AI just take away. Exactly. That's what I mean about the human interaction, right? I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
I also think that AI take away the fun of learning, like
Mm,
the test.
yeah.
Correct.
Like
Yes. Yes.
it
Yes.
rob you away the chance of like
Exactly.
becoming mastering the skill. So
Good
Correct.
point.
to me, I still try to resist AI lah, but to what extent I don't know because nowadays even Photoshop have inbuilt AI, so you might use it without noticing.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
I try to resist it. The reason why I resist it is because I learned a lot of things from many different artists, and I don't want their skill right to die. When they pass the skill, of course it evolved, and I don't want it to die and just stop at me. Then everything like AI. So I I still want to like do some try not to make use of AI too much
Yeah.
lah. And hopefully I can pass the skill that is passed down to me
Mm.
to
I think no
to
matter what, though,
accelerate.
there is quite a you can sense it. I guess if you're human, you can sense that there is a machine and cold quality to
Mm,
what an AI generates. No matter what, there is
Mm.
not that warmth. Um,
Mm.
no matter what kind of prompts they do, you kind of can sense it. As humans, it's just something of that uncanny valley that doesn't work with us
But I
in any
think
way.
all of the fun is the journey. It's not the
Yeah.
destination getting the result.
Mm,
But
yeah.
so I don't know, as you
Process.
go along, yeah, whether we become more and more lazy in our thinking and all that kind of thing, like today, just this morning, I was just because I'm trying to learn how to do modeling. Then I wanted to model this item, which I wasn't so sure how to do. Then I suddenly realized that maybe I can use ChatGPT to prompt to create scripts that will run in the 3D program. True enough, there were actually
Yeah.
such a thing. You just tell him what you need to model up, but it's not as sophisticated now. So maybe in future it can be lah, but
Yeah. Right.
sometimes I solve problems I think it may be also yeah lor, like maybe your imagination might just slowly not be so sharp because
That'll be sad, though. That'll be
Yeah.
sad.
like who is
Yeah.
doing the actual work? Who is doing the touch up work?
Yeah.
I think you must
Well,
define properly. Like
Yeah.
like
it's a process.
like
Oh, yeah.
human become slave of
Yeah.
machine. Like
Correct.
when we
Machines, right?
do touch up work, we are like become a slave of machine. Like
And
human
also,
machine do the
yeah,
actual work, and then we touch up. It sounds wrong to
also
me.
takes
yeah,
out
like
the fun in it already. Yeah.
Yeah.
just the other day I saw something. It's not toy photography, but it's quite frightening because they got this some warfare thing that they have autonomous drone that flies in hives and they just besides then inside each drone there's a small explosive. Then the guy gave a demo. It's like autonomous hit the target and just blow out in the mine and it blow up.
Oh, oh,
It's
I saw
like
that.
it's really scary stuff. Yeah, yeah,
Mm, yeah.
very fast. Yeah.
Yep. AI is a tool that can go,
Yeah, go
very
ahead.
Yeah,
haywire. Yeah.
in the
I mean,
wrong
just like
hands.
the atomic bomb, right? Where people thought they were
Yeah.
doing something good, and in the end, it was very destructive. So we do not know. It's an
Mm.
interesting and yet
Hmm.
scary time to be in with AI invading almost all sorts of, creative fields and non-creative fields alike. I think humanity is feeling a bit threatened and stressed. Talking about that, what are the challenges that you face as a uh, toy photographer living in Singapore?
Definitely the weather. The weather and the lack of exotic location. Like when we go out, right, I'm always looking for bodies of water. Small one little longkang really. Wow, very happy already. So it's like very difficult to find, uh, you know, exotic location. We don't have mountains. We don't have snow.
Yeah.
We got location issues. So they always end up going to botanic gardens. At least for now, maybe Takahan know more spots lah. You since you travel around much lah. But for me, it's always default botanic gardens lah. Yeah.
Vince?
Wow, challenges. Think should be this this small tiny red dot law. Yeah, I think it's quite hard to find good places to shoot. Yeah, but
Actually,
sometimes
but then again, we should appreciate our greenery because maybe somewhere else they don't have our greenery. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
yeah
That's
also so
Right.
usually it's we always the good places are those with greenery. It's very weird one. So I think it's because if you want to find build up areas, there's only one place is Haji Lane. Then no leh, like no. If even if there's an abandoned house, you also cannot go in. What correct?
Most of
It
them
will
are
be cordoned
outbounds.
off. Yeah, out of bounds, private property, this kind of thing. Yeah. So the challenge is finding places in Singapore lah. Yeah,
Mm,
being more of an outdoor
mm, mm, mm.
photographer myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I go to Takahan, Sunny, is that why you decide on building your own dioramas and
Why
It's
sets?
home,
more of an indoor. Yeah.
mine
To
is very
show.
interesting.
No, is that why? Because you're saying that it's so difficult to get
Oh, no,
exotic
no.
locations. No.
I, because sometimes, like when I started, I was very hardworking. Like I can get out at 3 o'clock, no, maybe 4 plus in the morning, and then rush down all the way to any garden to catch the morning hour. All that. So when I started, it's like try to capture all the light. But then gradually, it's like I always find it very fascinating that the everyday object when viewed at a different scale, project different thing lah. Sometimes it doesn't have to be an actual item that it can be anything, but it's just more for texturing and all that lah. Yeah, but to me, at the end of the day, I think the storytelling is the most important one. So most of the time, I just you see behind, I just use the black background. That's it. I just maybe haze it out a bit, but me, I always feel that, I just use a bright background. But if I'm too lazy to find anything, then I feel that the story is most important. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Takahan, what's your thoughts on what's your challenges faced? Yeah.
Of course, it's like space issue problem, storage of my toys. This is
Oh,
always the
I
number
forgot
one.
so it's for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone has this problem.
Yeah. Then number two is actually I got to parallel import a lot of my toys, so
Mm.
because most so this is also a challenge, like why am I paying extra more to parallel import? So I consider this is another challenge. So the third challenge is actually the most frustrating, like like when you do, of course, when you take toy photography, you're very happy, but you also want to showcase. But people are not interested in character that do not know.
Uh,
So you end
Mm.
up shooting. If you want to like people to appreciate you, right, you always shoot the same over and over again, and that is quite frustrating because uh,
you
But
like
can't tell
there
the
are
story
toys
that
that
you.
you really like,
Yeah.
but people don't give it a chance,
Mm.
like
but it's fine. It's like it doesn't matter. It's like I find that sometimes I wonder in like the flavor of the day. Like wow, Mandalorian come. Wow, Chango Mandalorian. So it's like you don't really have to join the fact. It's like just to get the likes and all the things, but just do at your own pace and whatever makes you relate to the character, makes you happy. I think that's fine. Yeah. I find that, in fact, sometimes I always find that when certain celebrity pass away, then when people shoot the thing in remembrance, is it because you're running on a hype train, or is it because you really like the person, or you just want the likes? So sometimes I wonder that. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, to do.
Alex also is a toy photographer. And he builds dioramas as well. So I built dioramas to scale down the environment to fit our toys, and it feels more immersive.
Yeah. He has the Pharaoh diorama.
Yeah. And
The
then
different
in
the
answer
different
to
one. Yeah.
Sunny's lack of bodies of water, Jet says little little Guilin. Have you been there, little Guilin, to shoot?
We
No.
did. Have.
Yeah.
No.
I
We never went there lah.
Yeah.
No, never been there.
I
The one
wanted
where
to yeah.
Poke Batok, yeah. Poke Batok Nature Park. Yeah.
I wanted to. I even bought a toy
Uh,
that I intend to shoot, but then like since December, right? But then it always rain, and I like until now I still haven't go there. I really like draw the storyboard, bought the toys, whatever I need, right? And well, it keep on raining, like yeah,
You still have the toy, right?
yeah, I still have a
Huh?
toy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's outing we go.
Okay, 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 good.
The other thing that you mentioned about challenges, I think not just for us in Singapore, but it's like sometimes I mean, it's very painful for the wallet lah. Sometimes, but the thing is that sometimes you buy the stuff because of FOMO or what lah. You like or
Yeah.
nostalgia lah. But I buy some
Yeah.
figures because of nostalgia, and then end up you just throw one side and then never take
Yeah.
anything. So you have
Yeah.
to really control lah. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? Like for me, I can't keep big toys because of the space, and then the best I can do is Lego minifigures, which is my favorite.
Mhm.
So, and then sometimes I have ideas in my head, right, to build a minifigures from different Lego parts, but it's so expensive to get those different parts anyway. So, you're like, okay, idea shelf for the time being. So no choice, Yeah, as you said, wallet is one of the things that
Yeah.
it's quite painful. We are just about going to wrap up already, and we have been
Fast.
speaking very interesting, and the time
Mhm.
passes so fast. So if anybody has questions, please pop them into the comment box, and we'll try to get to that within the next 5 minutes or so. For the last question, as we wrap up, I would like the three of you to maybe encourage some of the newbies out there who are either listening to us right now or watching this live stream post live later on. What are the quick tips that you can offer to newbies out there? Quick tips.
I always tell people to observe lighting now. So it's like lighting is can take a very normal looking shot to something quite nice lah. So always understand lighting, and then I always watching a lot of YouTube videos on lighting and how possible what are the possible ways to light. Yeah. Although I
Mm,
always standard one, but always try to experiment. Yeah.
mm. So how do
Like
people actually take note of lightings? Do they like study other people's photography or
actually, because toy photography basically is just a scaled down version of life size photography. So sometimes I just watch like portrait photography, right, and see how they
mm, mm.
position. And it just need to scale down the position roughly more or less the same lah. So it's just a scaled down version lah. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Vince, any quick tips?
I would say a lot of practice makes perfect. Yeah, we all, every one of us, do not started out as making very nice photos. All our very first photos, if you go and see, are very. Now we think are crap, man. Yeah, so practice. Don't be afraid to try new stuff, and everyone will have to develop their own style by doing this. Yeah, on the way. Yeah, somewhere. Yeah.
Before I get to Takahan though, does the type of camera you carry matter?
No. You can. I started with phone camera, so it doesn't matter. I'm
All
still using
right,
phone
so guys,
camera.
no
Yeah.
excuse. Everyone out there, you got your phone camera to use and start up with
Sometimes
your toy photography.
sometimes the phone
Takahan. Oh wait, hold on.
sometimes the phone camera can give you interesting angles that you never really thought of
Correct.
from the. So in fact,
Yeah.
nowadays my workflow is I will try to frame my shot using the phone camera first before I mount the thing on the tripod.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm. That's another tip for those who are going to, improve on their already, you're starting already and then you're trying to scale up. Takahan, what's your quick tip for newbies?
I still use phone camera.
Mm.
Yeah. So the most important is to, because if you have a like iPhone or Samsung, a high end one or a mid tier one, to understand what the lens does. So if you are using iPhone, like there's a tail lens. So
Mm,
tail lens is uh in iPhone now is I think it's 5 lah. So, my version is 3 times more.
Yeah.
So actually it will. I use a lot of tail lens because it will make the
Yeah.
background smaller
Yeah.
and the toy bigger.
Yeah.
So it will make it more realistic. And for like if you want like a motion like go forward, I'll use ultra wide because you want people to you want the background to stretch, right, to create to the focus will go to the center. So understanding the lens is very very important. Like different lens will even mobile phone different lens will have different effect. Like and by default all the mobile phone are wide angle lens. So if you shoot things that you put on the side or the top or the below is going to look fatter. This is also human photography also. So
Yeah.
don't arrange the big size one at the side because they will look even more odd shape. So you must really understand the lens to capture the thing that you want. And also one thing, this is not a tip. This is more like what I always there are two things I always do. Copyright issue thing. So I try I shoot everything, even I do composite all the background. I either most of the time I shoot everything now. If not, I try to buy or get a royalty free one. So I think getting the copyright thing is very 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 important because once you never know like somebody like might try to create problem for you. Yeah. So this is one thing. And another thing is I always tell Sunny lah, then they make a joke out of it lah. I always wear shoes when I go out. I don't wear slipper and sandals. It's an image thing lah. We want because like you're middle age, then you bring toy, it doesn't look very healthy. So I want to like image thing. I want to wear proper and
You brought up
and the
you brought up a very good point because my next point was to say that to actually to protect the inner child, like macam, you know, you don't have to. I think a lot of us grow up and then it's like because of life and all that, you know, you don't have to. The inner child died a long time ago, so so I have to protect the inner child. Learn how to play lah, you know.
Oh, another question though before I flash Jet's question on the screen. My question is this hobby seems to be still quite male centric. Like in the group itself, right? Are there women toy photographers, and how many of them are there?
How many?
I'm not sure.
It's
Not many.
Do you want to join?
But
Do you want to join?
They are female.
It's not easy lah. I always ask my female friends along, and they can't stand the sun. Like unless it's aroma, they don't want to stay under the sun. Like I bring my friend along, then like, well, then they get suntan. They will worry that they will be suntan forever.
Yeah, but you don't need to actually photograph toys in outdoors, though. You know, there are always many ways to do that.
Yeah. They can join our indoor.
Try to make indoor one for them.
Yeah,
we do have
I'm trying to encourage because I feel that I mean, as a personal point of view, I do face challenges as well in trying to get even female guests, not just on toy photography, to be more courageous and to speak out more. I think that is quite an issue considering cultural and I mean a long cultural thing going on, as well as maybe they feel threatened in some way that if they were to show their face too much, they are more open to a lot of criticisms and you know things like this. I think women are more prone to that because you're judged a lot. Yeah, judged a lot by your looks, right? And I'm trying to combat that as well, to say that it's okay to speak up, because I feel that if you have a voice, I mean more of us have a voice, then we will be able to combat this issue together,
Mm.
men and women. Because if you don't, then it will still continue, right? I feel that it will still continue. So all the women out there, it's okay to go and do toy photography, because I
There
sometimes
are there are few that do join us. Actually, we have
yeah,
a husband and wife
Yeah,
team that
Yeah.
they
yeah,
will
yeah,
join us also. It's
yeah,
not like it's
and
totally zero but not
yeah.
a lot.
I feel that also
Yeah.
generally women have a lot of burdens because they take care of the home, and sometimes they are aging
Mm.
parents. So as what Sunny say, right, their inner childhood has died long time ago. It's very difficult for them to like get in touch with
Mm.
that because of
yeah,
all the responsibilities. And I feel that in a way you're kind of robbed of the joy as well. So it's okay. It's okay to have fun from time to time, even if it's, with yourself and your
Mm,
toys. It's okay.
mm.
uh,
Actually, most of my favorite photographer are mostly female,
mm,
but unfortunately, they don't shoot toys. Yeah,
mm, mm.
I find that a lot of like photography like taken by female are actually
Compelling.
quite nice.
Mm,
Quite.
mm.
I like them a lot, but
Yeah,
they don't shoot toys for some
yeah,
reason.
exactly. There are a lot of female photographers who do very good work, but
Mm.
yeah, not many toy photographers.
But
Jet
globally,
has
oh,
Jet has a very interesting question. Do you have any stories of toy photography while traveling? I know Tina and Sunny have taken their toys on holiday.
Huh. Oh yeah, we went for the me and Sunny went for the Melbourne Toy Meet in 2019. Yeah, very fun. Very fun. Yeah.
very short though. It's only one day. Finish up very
Yeah,
fast.
they were okay lah, 1.5 day lah. We did meet them for dinner the day before lah.
But I because my kids are grown up, so sometimes I just go traveling with just my wife. So something extra for me to do while she's exploring. After I'm done taking her photograph already, and I have to just to explore. And then I do have a sometimes I do before I go I try to understand roughly what the scenario might like, what possible figures I have. But then I also cannot overpack. So, but unless I drive during the holiday, then I will have a bigger collection. Otherwise, it's only the tiny box with all the Lego, and I just quickly set out and just use handphone to take. Yeah. So, mm, but I
Uh,
think
I yeah.
response from people will be the same everywhere. They see this grown like this.
yeah.
Hey, what the heck are you doing? You know?
They're very
Yeah.
curious. Yeah. So
Correct.
I usually take my pirate along with
Yeah.
me.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And he will be traveling with me.
Oh,
So he goes on the tour with me as well. So I actually like crouching on the floor in some places, and people are just laughing at me. So so it's
I have been I for a couple of trips I actually made this traveling alien guide. Then I actually took this Michael Jackson hat. Then I got these two alien there going around selfie. So in my other group that I was joining, because the latest what's that? The latest Lego custom figure, they actually produced a traveling alien with a hat and camera, and someone
yeah,
commented that
right. That's the one.
yeah,
Yeah,
correct. Someone commented that maybe I don't know whether it was
I'm looking forward to that one. I'm
yeah.
already like
So
trying it.
now I got to think of new characters because everybody has to be using this already. The traveling alien. Yeah.
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like looking at the new news. I said, "That's the one I want."
I got to show you guys something now.
Yeah, sure.
This is my carrying bed that I always bring
Awesome.
along. Inside is all my toy and lighting. So I do uh, bring my toys along. I put it inside here. But sometimes I didn't shoot lah. I always bring toy, but I may not be able to shoot sometime. Last time I was in Japan, right? Well, it was like like 1 degree
Cold.
or
Yeah.
2 degree. It's so cold that
Hmm.
forget it. I don't want to shoot it. It's really hard because it's
Oh
very
yeah.
cold. Yeah, and
Yeah, that
too cold.
reminds me Yeah,
Yeah.
I was in Germany for work at one point of time at 1 year, and I brought my Lego along, and I was like, wow, freezing outside, man. I had to wear gloves. It's so cold.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's cold. Like, but I
But
did
that
shoot
is a
at
fun thing to
Hostek.
do.
Hostek,
Yeah.
yeah. When I go to
Yeah.
Hostek, I did shoot there. Even it's really freezing and cold, yeah. But for my Japan trip, unfortunately, I didn't shoot a lot. I just shoot one piece and I'm happy
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Because too
I th-
cold, yeah.
to me, it's because sometimes when you take too many selfies of yourself in this particular place that you're traveling, it gets too indulgent. Whereas it's more cute to show your toy in that location. Then people are like, this fella is not that so narcissistic one. Every time post a face, it's like, I don't even know what I look like, man. I know how I look like, right? It's, taking a toy is a bit more well received than putting too many selfies of yourself, when you travel. That's what I think.
But I guess it comes back to, the challenges that we face here. So we go overseas, we see locations that,
Yeah,
massive rivers and all that kind of
yeah,
things. So it's so much different. So definitely a
yeah.
lot of opportunity to take photos. Yeah.
I know Jed does that too. So he says, whenever people ask me how many toys I brought with me, I feel like it's too many and also not enough.
You risk losing your figures, Yeah, we bring so many,
Mm.
which I did actually when I went Melbourne. I lost some parts. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I've lost
Oh,
parts too.
you did.
I did.
Oh, damn.
Uh, okay, I think we are just about to wrap up then, and
Mm.
I will give an outro before I'll bring you back in. So hang on around for a while. Meanwhile, think about what would be your dream project before we say goodbye to everyone. Okay. What's your dream project? All right. Thanks everyone for joining us and all your comments and questions. This is a very interesting session about toy photography. I mean, I'm not like the best. I just do it for fun, really for fun, and you're not edited at all. I don't even know about the lighting sucks. So sometimes I just take my toys. It's just a fun thing for me to do. And so I hope that you gain some insights as well from my friends here who take toys along with them for photography uh, almost quite regularly. And some of them have their books or prints out for sale and they do workshops. So they do more than just taking toys for on their journeys as well, taking photos of their toys. Um, and maybe you are a newbie who would like to get started as well and you want to know more about this hobby that is fun and you get to meet interesting people as well. You can join a Facebook group called Plastic Singapore and you meet some of my friends here as well. I'm gonna have a next live with Red Dot Diva maybe 2 months from now. I haven't decided on the date yet. I have some guests in mind, but they are not confirmed. So please look out for more announcements on when and who will be the guest for the next live Red Dot Diva. And before we go, I'm going to bring my guests all back again so that they can tell us what is their dream project. Takahan, what's your dream project?
Recently I just I set up a studio lah, but it's more like a personal, like what do you call that? Men's hole or something
Man's
for
Cave.
me. A men's cave, yeah. But my dream project is of course I can do more exhibition. I want to do more exhibition, yeah.
Mm,
But what is my dream project? Hopefully, I can work with some toy company. Yeah, that's
okay.
my dream.
Vince?
More space. Yeah. Much more space for my collection.
Contact. How is it? Figure out is it?
Uh,
Bigger man
maybe
cave.
just build hours lah, build hours to don't know to the next block or something. Maybe also some maybe collaborations more well like just now earlier we say we have attended quite a few fairs and all this kind of thing. I would say uh, uh a lot more to come. Yeah, because it's really fun and we really make a lot of connections this way. Yeah.
Are there toy photography conventions or something like this? Or
No,
no? No.
no, not specifically.
Yeah,
No,
not specifically. Yeah.
not
Okay.
yet. I hope. Yeah, not yet.
And Sunny, what's your dream
Really,
project? I know you already work with some brands, so
yeah. Actually, would like to. I always try to strive, like make it more than just a funny show and try to hopefully elevate our form. So hopefully then we'll have to run an exhibition. That's one of my things that I hope to do. But I don't know how to go about it, what are the finances yet. But hopefully I can do an exhibition. The other one is because after doing this 10 years, I got some photos that I really like that I feel that it's quite timeless. So I wanted to uh, compile them and hopefully make into a book lah. Then also to do more workshops on a more regular basis. Yeah.
all right. Thank you guys for joining me today. It has been very fun.
Okay.
And I
Thank you
love
very
that you were sharing all of your, your journey as a toy photographer and to keep us all young in spirit by playing with our toys in creative ways. Thanks for everyone who are joining us. If you know of a friend who loves toy photography or interested in getting into this hobby, they can also watch this live stream post live. The video is going to be on my Facebook page, YouTube, and on an X account as well, and they can watch it at their leisure. So thank you
Maybe,
for joining in.
sorry,
Yeah,
one last thing. Maybe you
yeah,
can put a link in your description in YouTube that, can link up to our Facebook page.
yeah, definitely,
Mm,
yes, yeah.
Mm.
You
come.
can post it on my YouTube as a comment too, so they can try to find you. Thanks for everyone. We'll see you in the next live Red Dot Diva or in person somehow it's at some event. Thank you. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.